Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman, and it's Valentine's Day, so a very happy Valentine's from me to you. I hope you got a card or two, and if not, I'm sure they just lost in the post. But more importantly, it's another perfect round of Perfect 10, my Monday to Friday quiz chock full of riddles, puzzles and brain teasers, which will educate, entertain and irritate you, yes, even on Valentine's Day. Make sure you subscribe, follow and like to get the next episode as soon as it drops. Now, at the end of yesterday's show, I left you with this. I asked you, which jockey is an appropriate anagram of taken it for ride? Well, did you get the answer? It was, of course, one of the most famous jockeys of all, Frankie Dettori. Well done if you got that right, but as you well know by now, no points for it. That was just to keep you thinking from one day to the next. So, have you cracked a daily Perfect 10 yet? Could today be the day? Let's find out. Question 1 is your starter for a Perfect 10, as hopefully it'll get you on the scoreboard from the off. Here it is. If 7 Ds in a W means 7 days in a week, then what does 14 Ds in a F mean? That whirring sound I can hear is your brain's working. I can't actually hear it from here, I'm sure. You're not against the clock, remember, just against the questions. So feel free to pause and rewind as much as you like. Just don't go online and try and find the answer. I'll give you all 10 answers after the final question. Moving on. Question 2 is our hearsay round, as ever, and all about listening and analysing. You're about to hear some sounds which relate to a well-known phrase or saying. So, what phrase is hidden in these sounds?
Ahoy there! I'm in the blue yacht.
I'm also in the blue yacht.
I too am also in the blue yacht.
What well-known phrase or saying was that? As always, answers at the end. We call question 3 Carol lateral thinking, as you'll need to come at this one from a slightly different angle. If it takes 8 minutes to hard-boil 4 eggs in the same pan, how long will it take to hard-boil 2 eggs in the same pan? Question 4, how are you doing? Flying high or having trouble getting off the ground? Our next round is for masters of memory. It's our memory round. Listen to the clip. Retain as much information as you can and a question will follow. Here we go.
Hello, welcome to Le Bistro. Our specials today are steak and kidney pie served with mashed potato and spring greens, a mushroom and parsnip frittata with seasonal salad, and our fish of the day is pan-fried halibut, which is served in a creamy dill sauce with a side of Hasselback potatoes. And finally, we have seared sea scallops with coriander butter and French fries. Would you like to start with a drink?
Whoa, so here is the question. What kind of potatoes are served with the halibut? It all sounded very tasty, but can you remember what kind of potatoes were served with the fish of the day? I'll have all the answers at the end of the show. Questions 5, 6 and 7 come from a family we call the 3 Fs. Frivolous, familiar and fun. They're all about common knowledge, everyday items and stuff you see all the time. And since it's Valentine's Day, the theme of today's questions is all things love. Here's your question 5. All because the lady loves was the tagline for which brand of chocolate box? Question 6. In which Italian city does Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet take place? The most romantic story of all time? Arguably Shakespeare's most famous play, but not the happiest of endings. Hope I haven't spoiled it for you. Question 7 is this. The lyric, if you see a faded sign at the side of the road that reads 15 miles to the Love Shack, opens a song by which American new wave band? All right, question 8, as ever, is one in, one out, where you have to either swap or remove one letter in a word to make a new one. Here we go. What letter can you change in the word anger to make a person of exemplary conduct and virtue? Now, we love hearing your puzzles and riddles, so if you want to have me tearing my hair out in frustration, get in touch, do your worst, and I will do my best. We call question 9 The I know this round as the answer can be revealed with a little logic and a little common sense. Acrophobia is a fear of what? Acrophobia. Acrophobia is a fear of what? And here we are at question 10, our traditional daily riddle. What sits in the corner but travels the whole world? Well, it's not your telly. It's not that pile of old books you've been meaning to take to the charity shop, and it's certainly not the cat. But if you think about it, all will become clear. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And if you want to entertain, educate and irritate me, please send me what you've got to @Perfect10Carol on Instagram and TikTok, and follow across socials and on YouTube. 10 questions, 10 points, all wrapped up in 10 minutes. Did you get a perfect 10 score today? Let's find out. Question 1. If 7 Ds in a W means 7 days in a week, then what does 14 Ds in a F mean? The answer is 14 days in a fortnight. The word derives, by the way, from an Old English term meaning 14 nights. Fortnight. Now you know. Question 2, of course, was our hearsay round.
Ahoy there! I'm in the blue yacht!
I wanted to know what well-known phrase or saying was hidden in that. Did you get it? There seemed to be a few people there, and they all seemed to be in the same place. So the answer was all in the same boat. Question 3 was my Carol lateral thinking question. I asked you, if it takes 8 minutes to hard-boil 4 eggs in the same pan, how long will it take to hard-boil 2 eggs in the same pan? And the answer is very simple, really, isn't it? It takes exactly the same amount of time, 8 minutes. I love an egg. Question 4, the memory round. You heard the specials board at what sounded like a very nice restaurant, but can you remember the answer to this question? What kind of potatoes are served with the halibut? Well, it was all there in the clip, and the answer is Hasselback potatoes. Well done if you got that right. Question 5, and we're into our Valentine's themed 3 Fs. All because the lady loves was the tagline for which brand of chocolate box? The answer, of course, is Lady Loves Cadbury's milk tray. Remember the milk tray man? Well, many of the stunts we saw in those adverts were actually performed by Alf Joint, the stunt double for both Sean Connery and Roger Moore in the James Bond movies. So now you know. Question 6. In which Italian city does Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet take place? 2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. The answer is Verona. Question 7. The lyric, if you see a faded sign at the side of the road that reads 15 miles to the Love Shack, opens a song by which American New Wave band? And the answer is the B-52s. Oh, the Love Shack, baby. Question 8 is 1 in, 1 out. And what letter can you change in the word anger to make a person of exemplary conduct and virtue? Well, you change the R at the end of anger to an L to get the true angel. A-N-G-E-L. Question 9. Acrophobia is a fear of what? If you said wide open spaces, I'm afraid you'd be wrong. That's agoraphobia. Acrophobia is a fear of heights. Acro comes from the Greek word for highest or topmost. Acrophobia. And question 10 was our daily riddle. What sits in the corner but travels the whole world? And the answer is a postage stamp. So how did you do? Did you score a perfect 10 today? If you did, congratulations. Remember, make sure to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on YouTube and across our social media channels so you don't miss out on any of our bonus questions which we're showing on social media or any of our rounds. Before I say goodbye, I'll leave you with today's anagram. Which Australian actress has a demonic link? So that's a demonic, spelt D-E-M-O-N-I-C, and Link, L-I-N-K. Which Aussie actress is an anagram of a demonic link? You'll find out tomorrow when it's a whole new day of questions, brain teasers and puzzles. I'm Carol Vorderman, and that was my perfect 10. Have a perfect day.